Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Giulio Zanaroli. I'm from the University of Bologna, and I'm Associate Professor of Industrial Environmental Biotechnology, and I coordinate the European project NIF.
So you kind of a magic because bioremediation it's introducing bioorganisms which they can clean environment. Yes,
Yeah.
is it right? Is it like in the short way to describe it? So what contamination we can remove from the environment and what organism you use in your research?
Okay, we can remove and degrade the different types of contaminants. We can target and degrade typical industrial contaminants such as petroleum hydrocarbons and their derivatives that we can find in many different environments.
So it's kind of
soils.
oil, fossil
Yes.
fuels, etc.
Yes,
This kind
yes,
of stuff.
exactly. Both of the crude oils, but also the products that we can obtain through industrial processes from oil. And another important contaminants that we can degrade using microorganisms or other, let's say, living organisms are, for example, pharmaceutical compounds and other so-called micropollutants that we find in the environment that we release through both, let's say, different types of human activities. For example, also pesticides that we use in agriculture.
But Giulio, because when you're talking about the pharmaceutical, yes,
Yeah.
I use a lot paracetamol, ibuprofen. So it's a problem, yes, for environment now.
Yes, it's a big problem because, of course, those chemicals that have a biological activity and that, of course, we take because they are having this biological activity, then are released into the sewage, and then they go to the wastewater treatment plant. And in many cases, some of these chemicals are not degraded or not fully degraded in the wastewater treatment plants, so they are still present in the effluent, in the treated wastewater, which is then, of course, released in the water body. And these chemicals, since they have biologic activity even at very, very low concentrations, so micro concentrations, so this is why we call them micropollutants, still can cause problems to the living organisms in that environment.
Okay, I didn't think about it like this. But what organism you use then? Like what kind of creatures you?
Yeah, we can use different types of organisms. First of all, microorganisms,
Bacteria.
or even fungi or molds, also microalgae. Then we can, other types of living organisms can have, let's say, remediation activities. For example, plants. Of course, plants can be active mainly if you consider a soil, in the portion of the soil where the roots of the plants are living, okay, or are reaching, and they can contribute, for example, to the decontamination of soils with contaminated with heavy metals, but also living in strict association with microbes that are living in the soil. They can cooperate in the degradation of also, let's say, organic pollutants, such as, for example, petroleum hydrocarbons.
It's fascinating, and you are coordinating a big pan-European project funded from Horizon Europe about bioremediation. It's called NIMFE. So could you tell us what is special about this project? What is your goals and what you want to achieve through this research?
Yes, so NIMFE, let's say, is considering some quite complex but also common situations of pollutions where, let's say, we find mixtures of different contaminants, different chemicals that are polluting a site. And let's say, what I think is special in NIMFE is that we are trying to combine different living organisms in order to remove and degrade these complex mixtures of chemicals.
So they could be complementary to each other, yes? If
Exactly.
We put a different
they
species.
can complement each other, both, let's say, in terms of degrading different pollutants, but they can also, let's say, help each other or help the other. One organism can help the other in making better his job. A typical example is in the so-called rhizosphere, so the portion of the soil that is inhabited by the plant roots, where we have, of course, many microorganisms that are living, also associated with the plant roots, and that are producing, let's say, chemicals that are promoting the growth of the plant. And on the opposite side, the plant roots are releasing some chemicals that are promoting the growth of this bacteria. So these interactions are, let's say, natural, normal interactions that are taking place between different living organisms in an ecosystem. And what we would like to do in Nymphe is to exploit these interactions in order to make the overall system performing better in the removal of the pollutant.
So, Giulio, do you think that bioremediation is a future for a clean environment?
I strongly believe it is, because first of all, we need to find a solution, and I think bioremediation can be a very sustainable solution to this issue. We are doing a lot of research. We have been doing a lot of research in the past, but we still need, of course, to proceed, let's say, in our work to make, let's say, these bioprocesses more efficient and to bring them to the real field scale.
So let's keep our fingers crossed for the research, and let's follow us on Nymphe website to see more of our upcoming results of this fascinating study. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.